Hey, good morning everyone. It is, I always gotta check, it's Friday morning. We're finally coming out of a short winter again. We just had 3 days of winter weather, literally. We probably had one of the second largest snowfalls almost of the whole winter, just a couple days ago. It all disappeared really quick again, but it was rather strange to see all the buds and blossoms on the trees and see them also covered in snow. But anyway, that's all gone, and I think that period of time is over because then the forecast looks pretty good for the next 14 days. Pretty warm, between probably 10 and 20 degrees. So Celsius, I'm always talking here, right? So anyways, we're going to get hopefully a bunch of things done today. Now that the weather is kind of warmed up, you actually feel like doing some of this work again. We picked up this machine earlier this week. It's a straw or bale chopper. And I've never used one before. I've always been interested in trying one, so we're just demoing this one for a week to see how we like it. If we really like it, we'll determine whether or not we're ready to purchase something like this. But what we like about it is it can do both straw chopping, as in bedding, and it can also do feeding, so the baleage. This type of thing right here, wet baleage. So it's got the choppers in the back, it's got the walking floor, so this floor will be what pushes the bale into the choppers there. It goes through the choppers, and then there's a big blower on this side right here. There's a big drum right here that blows it out of this hood, and then this hood here can go up and it can swivel all the way, almost all the way around. Anyway, I'll show you later on that thing in action, and you can see exactly kind of what it does. It's not working as well as I would have hoped, but I don't know, maybe I just got to get better at using it and that sort of thing. Anyways, I'm gonna go get a straw bale with the case tractor here and load it onto that thing. That's one of the things we haven't loved about it so far. It's pretty hard to self-load it, so anytime you got to use it, you pretty much need to use 2 tractors. So that's not nice, especially in winter if it's -10 and we got to use that thing. We got to go get 2 tractors started for just a very short period of time. So those are kind of some of the things we don't like about it so far, but maybe we'll have to figure out a way to self-load it, and that'll kind of eliminate that problem. So we'll see. So far so good with this tractor. We're pretty happy with the way it runs. Still trying to get a feel for it, especially with being a loader tractor and having the CVT transmission. Is just getting used to working with that. I think when we do figure it out, it'll be really nice. It's really nice so far for doing field work and that sort of thing. Everything seems to be working on it. That's the thing, when you buy it secondhand. And in this case, we bought it privately. We bought it off someone who was upgrading to something else, and so you just never quite know what you're getting until you've got it on your farm and you've basically run it through all its paces. So far everything has been working. The guy we were working with seemed to have been honest about it all, so that's always a good thing. All right, so we got the bale loaded. So as you can see, as this bale moves forward, it gets pushed into those knives and choppers and rotor, and it gets pushed in towards the blower, and the blower whips it out of that hood, and you can direct it wherever you want. We'll give that a shot in a few minutes, but for now, let's check out what's going on in the barn. I almost forgot to record. I was having so much fun with this thing. I mean, bedding's never been this fun. But here it is in action. Okay, so I just moved ahead here. I'll show you as I do this group right here. So we got all the controls right here. This adjusts how fast it feeds into the choppers. Well, actually that's just on and off. This adjusts how fast you would spread, and this adjusts your hood here, which if you toggle this thing, you can control wherever you want to spray it. So we're going to start right there. We're going to turn this on nice and slow. There it comes. Still getting the hang of this thing myself, so for some reason it's not moving as quick as I want it to. It can shoot it really far. I've actually got it on low speed here. If this was on high speed, it can probably throw it about 65-70 feet. You can do the other side of the barn at the same time. That's no hurt. So it took me about 5 minutes to bed almost the whole barn, and I still have a bale left. So that'll be good till tomorrow. So I'd say it's a very easy way to bed, especially if I had even more sheep in here. A big help would be if no lambs were in the aisle. I'm always concerned when I'm going through the aisle here that there's a lamb somewhere that I can't see it, but I think this is going to work really well for bedding. I just have to figure out a way to... Part of the problem is I can never see how much is in the hopper. Like, I don't know how much of a bale is left. So now if I've got quarter to half a bale of straw left, I got to get rid of that before I go and feed. Now I've got enough feed in there for today, but that's a bit of a problem. I almost got to install like a mirror or a camera at the back so I can kind of see what's going on in there. I don't know. We'll see what we do. We're going to keep trying it for a few more days and make a decision from there. But meanwhile, they're all nicely bedded. And yeah. Hey, Blackie. You always come to say hi, don't you? Hmm? If you've watched our previous videos, you'll know who Blackie is. She's one of our pets, pet sheep. They're all pets, but this one's a special pet. Hmm? She's a first-time mom. Most of this group here is. Super windy out now, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay still. But it looks like our next piece of equipment has just arrived, and it's a baler. So we're gonna pull this thing off, and it's exciting times. Lots of new developments going on, so we'll show you once we got it off. So we've got her hooked up to the tractor here, and we're gonna have to do a bunch of work on it. We do have the right wiring connection on the back here, but we don't have the right one for the monitor in the tractor. So it's going to take a little bit to get everything figured out on this thing, to run it for this tractor. These days, with all the wiring and all that stuff that goes with it, that's probably almost half the work. The actual operating of the baler itself, not so much. So that's the way they are these days. They're all wired in. You got sensors for everything, dials and, you know, monitors, and getting everything working together initially is always a bit of a chore. This is a Krone baler. It's the Comprima V150XC. For those of you who know anything about balers, personally, I don't know a ton about balers. I've hardly owned one in my life, so we will see. I will give you a better overview of this thing, and I'm sure as the summer continues on, you'll get a chance to see it in action. But for now, we'll leave it at that, and we'll hopefully be able to get you up to speed on a few other things yet later this week. But for now, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.